Hi friends, welcome. I'm Puerto Rican in Tombstone, and if you're new here, welcome. We just talk about politics, culture, calling out the bullshit, and there's so much bullshit. We're gonna just talk about elections because those are coming up, and from top to bottom, it's just a disaster. And I mean, from the federal government to the local city government here, it is the level of representation is quite poor. Let's call out that bullshit. Now listen, I think we need a civics lesson because people seem to be forgetting that these are public servants and you are the public, which means they work for you. That is the entire purpose of elections, is to hire these people. So if you're okay with poor job performance, then I don't know what to tell you, because this is not exemplary performance that we're seeing here locally or on the national stage. It is embarrassing. It is absolutely embarrassing. What do I mean? I mean, here, anyway, we have a city council that's like, oh, we have experience and that matters. And experience matters. Does it matter? Because we have Joe Biden, who's been in public service for 50 years. That's a lot of experience and it's done us no good. We did just come out of a presidency with a guy who had no experience. And it was the best we've ever done in decades. Well, if they're doing a poor job, we got to call them out. And if you don't think they're doing a poor job, then I invite you to visit a local city council meeting or just watch the news if you want to talk about it on the national stage. But here on the local level, it just makes me so sad, man. It really be breaking my heart. I'm like, this is okay with you? Like, I go to these city council meetings and I'm like, this is okay with y'all? Like, y'all are okay with this?
Place in Tombstone. Good evening, council members and Sheriff Adams. Welcome to Tombstone. I just have a couple of questions regarding the new business items. Can you explain to us what the opiate settlement is? How much is it? And
I'm sorry, and we can't respond to call of the public because it's not an issue that's on the agenda. If you have a matter that you want to discuss, you can ask your question you have put on the agenda, or I would recommend that you would talk to somebody at City Hall.
Now that's embarrassing. Now, she was just asking about an item that's already on the agenda, and you could see the response that she got. We're going to get back to that. But first, watch this little snippet of a Globe City Council meeting.
The first entities in the state to hire an attorney to bring actions to recover municipal pool costs. Since then, a number of AGs around the nation signed on. And
now that was 12 seconds, and you could see the amount of information packed in those 12 seconds. You could see the item being discussed from the agenda is at the bottom of the screen. And I had to cut it off because they carried on with this discussion for several minutes. So now watch the Tombstone City Council meeting conduct itself discussing the exact same item.
Item B, discussion and action on approval of one Arizona opioid settlement memorandum of understanding for distributing opioid settlement funds fairly and effectively throughout the state of Arizona. As for motion to approve. So moved. Second. Motion made and second. Discussion.
We don't even know what this is.
Under no discussion, I close discussion. Roll call vote.
Councilmember Reagan.
Yes.
Councilmember Barlow.
Yes.
Councilmember McMahon.
Yes.
Councilmember Newbauer.
Yes.
Mayor Escapol.
Yes. Motion carries.
40 seconds. 40 seconds spent on the entire item from beginning to end, from reading it to its passing. You got more information from the 12 seconds in the first one than you did in the 40 seconds of the entire coverage of that item. And that's how 98% of our council meetings go. 95 if I'm being generous. Do you see why the woman in the beginning asked them to elaborate? Because she knew they were going to do what they always do. And they did, even after knowing one of their constituents, one of their bosses, asked for more info. Like, if that was an employee, you'd be fired.
Mischievous and deceitful, chicanerous and deplorable.
That is no way to conduct yourself. Listen, if you're okay voting for that level of representation, if you feel like that leadership, like that, what we just saw, if you feel like that's good, like that's best represents you, well, I guess I think more of you than you do of yourself, because that was a pitiful display. That does not represent me. That does not represent some of the great people here in Tombstone. Am I the asshole for thinking we can do better? I mean, let me know. Don't be scared to let me know in the comments. Peace.